40-day fast of Target.
Yes. So people are asking, why did we pick Target when Walmart out of order, McDonald's is out of order, John Deere's out of order, Bank of America's out of order,
Amazon
is out of order?
Right.
Is we wanted.
He is right. All of them are out of order when it comes to their black customer base where drive their business. They're all complicit. The moment Trump came in and says, we're going to remove DEI, not that DEI benefit black people, because 65% of the highest beneficiary of DEI is white women, second is white men, so it never had nothing to do with black people. But I'm just saying, all these business are out of order, very much so. I would 100% agree with that. He is right.
The goal, the African proverb says, if you want to eat an elephant, do one piece at a time. So we picked Target first for several reasons. Number one, Target is headquartered in the same city George Floyd was killed. When George Floyd was killed, Target came out, made an announcement that they're going to invest $2 billion in the black business. $2 billion, drum roll, and it starts December of 2025.
So after breaking down what he's basically saying, that the deadline for this $2 billion to be invested in the black community would start this year in December. But Johan behold, perfect timing that Trump is coming and he's getting rid of everything that is black. So it was the perfect excuse for Target roll back that responsibility they said that they would have done, seeing that the abuse that black people been suffer coincide with what happened to George Floyd. They pledged that they would give this money, and it's coming close. It's maybe 6 months away or 5 months away. I don't know, remember what date, but they pull it back. So they were never gonna give us. They're playing in our face. So of course, I see why Target was picked. No pun intended. But the outcome that they're getting now is that they already turned their back on the black community. So we turn our back on them. That's exactly what I'm understanding. Because you're in the headquarters of where George Floyd could not breathe and lost his life, and you saw the result and the outcome. You pledged that you were going to give this money, and you're playing in our face. So we played back right with you. If you're playing with us, we're playing back with you. So I totally now understand why the big boycott is going on for Target. And Johan B.O. slowly, it will spread to other business, I know. But as he says, we have to chop down a little at the time. We have to pick one target and go with that. And Target has a big spot in the middle of his head that says Target. So we can't be all over the place. We have to be strategic with this targeting that we're doing.
When Trump made the announcement January of 2025, they dishonored that commitment. So we wanted to hold them accountable, because when they made the pledge, it had nothing to do with DEI. Secondly, I am embarrassed, Breakfast Club, to say to you, Negroes spend $12 million a day in Target. And I don't know any black business that amasses that much money in any singular day.
Is it $12 million a day?
A day. Number three.
To hear that sum of money said out loud, kind of having you doing a triple and double take, kind of have your head spinning. Black community alone spends $12 million a day with this company, which basically doesn't even like you, doesn't even support your cause or anything. And the one time that they say they were going to, they dishonored it. But it is crazy that we have all this capital floating around in the black community, but we do not spend it around our own people. So the liberation that we want, we cannot get it. I understand that it is difficult because the way things are set up, it is not that easy for us to set up a thriving business just like how the white man can. saying that these banks won't even touch you with these loans. But it is crazy that when we do have the money, when we do have the funding, we don't spend it in our community. So I understand the frustration he's feeling when he says that, because we are always out here saying that we poor, we poor, we poor, we poor. But we're not doing nothing to help the situation, because we're not even building our own community. I'm not here to come here and point the fingers, but I'm just saying I now understand the boycott of Target, because they need us more than how we need them. We hold all the cards here, and they effed around, and now they're about to find out exactly what we're capable of doing when we all come together, which we always wanted. So yes, I say continue the cuts, continue the boycotts.
Target is on 27 college campuses and not one HBCU. Number 4, outside of the federal government, Target is the largest employer of black people. There are 400,000 black people on payroll and don't honor us. So if we're giving that kind of money, that much human capital, and to not honor us, I think is dismally disrespected. And because they're publicly traded, we wanted to see what will happen in those 40 days. In those 40 days.
Honestly, I didn't know targets were on college compound. That news is pretty new. And also the college compounds that they are on are mostly white. There are no college that is predominantly black. So right there we can see where they're looking. And to know that also Target employs more black people equal to the amount and the federal government. I didn't know that majority of these Target business employ the most black people in America. And we see our bodies are on the line, our labors are on the line. We're in there, we're putting in the work. And at the end of the day, they do, as what Michael Jackson would say, they really do not care about us. I know he said that it was a 40-day boycott, but I could see why it has continued over and keep going. And it has reached the point where I've seen a couple clips online where Target are begging for our business and for black people to come back. But it is just crazy that the whole time when you had us, you never really appreciated us. You never appreciate our business. You wouldn't even honor your own pledge that you made to the black community. You walked it back. And it's funny that that 2 billion that you're trying to save, you lost even more than that. The stock is plummeting. Penny wise, but pound foolish. You rather save $2 billion to lose what? Half of your entire value of your stocks. Even some of the best economists could not predict that. Because you could imagine if you had lived up to your honor. You could imagine if we had shaken it and you actually carried out that pledge that you say you were going. Oh my God. Your business would have been top in this moment. But no. And I can bet you any money the Trump trade war is definitely eating into your profit, because you're definitely one of those companies that relies on China. I can bet you any money the Trump trade war is whipping your ass. Because before it was 10% tariff, and Trump has lowered it recently to 30. Anyway you take it, you still feeling that. You still feeling that pinch. But I don't really care. I don't really feel sorry for you. I don't really have empathy for you, because you didn't care about us. So we're just out here showing you the same energy that you have been giving us for all this time. We are giving you back the same energy. We are giving you back exactly what you wish and gave us. So I don't want to hear no bawling. I don't want to hear no hoo-ha. We are returning you the same energy and keep chopping at their legs, chopping them down. You played yourself, Target. Definitely. You playing.
That shows the data. This is the impact when black people walk away, and to share it with those sharecrops. So it will not just be 40 days, but every movement has to have a benchmark. It's got to have a strategy, and you got to have some data.
What do
Why
you
are
say?
you calling it a fast and not a boycott?
Yeah. I called it a fast because this was a call to the black church to become active. Something happened silently that scholars and historians are going to have to pay attention to. The rise of Black Lives Matter, Charlemagne, was the very first movement of civil rights for black people that was not birthed out of the church.
Most of that, the civil rights movement did came out of the church. But when George Floyd had died, it stirred up something in black people. We didn't even wait for the church. We just hit them streets and be out here standing and business. And it didn't change a whole lot, but it definitely sent a message. It definitely put our stamp that we didn't come to America. America landed on us, and we are actually here to stay. It is definitely a stand in history that, as he said, will have to be studied by historians for years to understand. And it is good when I see my people out there doing what they need to do, doing the hard work, doing what they need to do to make a difference for their future, their kids and their future descendants. We may not have all the capital, but what he's saying right here is definitely true. And I can 100% stand on that.
The very first civil rights movement that happened that didn't have a religious leader at the front. And so the black church is going backwards. This is the largest demographic of black people since we've been in America who don't go to church at all, who don't subscribe to organized religion. We're at 28%. The largest amount of black people who self-identify as atheists, who say they don't believe in God, don't believe in nothing. So this was a call specifically for black Christians to show the younger generation our head is not in the sand. We're a part of it, but we're aligning it with prayer. That those 40 days is a high holy season for the Christian community. We're praying because this is a spiritual warfare that we're under with J.D. Vance and Donald Trump.
Definitely, I also grew up in the Christian church, and let's just call it what it is. I don't be showing up to church mass or anything like that anymore. I'm not feeling it. I wouldn't say I 100% turned my back on it, but I ain't showing up. And I feel like the church has been doing a disservice to black people, where I do have my own personal feelings about them, where I think they're just a business. And maybe all along the church was a business, but over the last couple of years, they have taken it to another level to literally show us that this thing is a business, where we ourselves do not believe even in the word of the Bible. We're just here for capital, and we want you to come in, give us your time, give us your service, and leave without nothing. So I think the black church has definitely turned its back on its people. So its people are turning their backs on them. Slowly but surely it will happen in the coming year. And that part where he said about J.D. Vance and Trump, yeah, we can definitely feel the change in the air, the way things are going. It's not going in the best way, but we can definitely see that they are definitely pointing the finger at us. The weapons are turned at us. They're sharpening their spears and turning it at us. We can definitely feel it. We know what they're here and what they are about to do. Whatever they say they're not, because I always say the only inclusive Republican Party is a Republican that is not in power. Because the moment you put a Republican in power, that's when the class come out. that's when the guillotines come out for minority groups. And that has always been their stand. And the thing I kind of fear, or not fear, is that I don't think Trump is allegiant to any group, no evangelists, no white this. He's in it for himself. So these same white people who have elected him so he can turn on all of us, don't worry. The wolves will also be at your door too, because he will be definitely coming for you. But the difference between me and you is I know I am not safe. I already been through the struggle. I have a better history and a better know-how and knowledge to weather what is coming. Because there's nothing that they can throw or do that we haven't seen before. We have been through worse conditions. Yes, some of us will fall, but you ain't gonna get the whole of us. I can definitely tell you that. We are not the one who put them there. We know who put them there. And history will be showing and telling the truth. And all you people who says you're not, the issues, the racists, and all these words, we know who you are. And the next generation is looking at you, because you won't be there forever, and you will have to live for your repercussion what you have been done, because the bill has been going all along and occurring more debt and more interest that you're supposed to pay to black people, but you have never will pay this bill. But you keep kicking it down the road, kicking it down to the road to the next generation. But somebody, some way and somehow will have to pay this bill. You can shout all you want. I am not racist and I wasn't there. I didn't slave anyone, but you benefit of it. You might didn't do the robbery yourself. You are just vexed with your cut, but you certainly was there. You certainly benefited from it. So to all of them, you are coming for us. We know. We see it every day. We see you digging up black historians, throwing them out. We see you doing your best to wash away history, whitewash it, even shutting down the Black Museum to hide your history. But that's the funny thing about history. It has a ugly way of showing up back. It has a ugly way of showing up back. Because the choices that you make right now to attack brown people and black people, you keep passing the buck down. And the same way you're looking and saying that you didn't do it, you are putting it down to your grandkids. So if you're willing to not make a better world and continue what your forefather did, you will also feel it coming in the future. If it's not you, it is your beautiful grandkids. They will know the pain. They will know and have to shout out at their the lowest voice, I didn't do it. I was never born. I didn't do it. Because that is your final excuse. But we all know the ugliness that is in your heart. So keep shouting that I didn't do it while benefiting from it, while holding these glorious times. But one day that check has to be cleared, and we will be there at your face, at your door, smiling and say, yeah, niggers in the hood, pay us.
Trump, with all of the things that are happening with these executive orders, marching is good, protesting is necessary, petitions are important. But if we don't bring a spiritual grounding to it in order for you to move forward.
He's definitely right. We need to put a spiritual element to things what we're doing. Definitely. Because without a higher power, it doesn't make it worth it. So he's definitely right. I can't remember the last time he was wrong in this entire video. But something dawned on me where we saw in the news recently where the largest plantation caught on fire. The biggest plantation. So It was built by slave. They passed this plantation down to their ancestral kids. It has been there for all this time. It has turned into a tourism attraction where people pay money to come there. So back in the day, slaves built it, slaves worked the ground, all that capital was given to them. Fast forward in the future, that building is there, turned into a tourist attraction, and money is generated and given to their future descendants off of what took place in the past. So when it comes to money and capital, off of what black people did and their ancestors did, there is enough money can still be generation off of the pain, the deaths, the spilled blood off of black people, and this plantation that can become a tourist attraction now off of the pain that happened, the deaths, so that their future generation can still make money off it. And that is why I always ask myself, they keep saying, you black people here, you wasn't the one who was slave. It was your ancestors. But we see where their ancestor who did the crime, set them up in a way that they still can make money off of it. They still can make money off of black people history. They still can make money off of the pain and death there. But for us, we get nothing. We get disinherited. We get nothing. So make it make sense. How often that cruelty that carried out, your descendants are still making money off that same property that my descendants didn't get $1 to build. And you still making money to this day. You making money. But us, you wasn't the one, so we didn't get anything. We get shoved out. We get pushed out in the street like dogs. But I ain't sorry it burned down. Just surprised it took this long. But one day, you'll have to pay for the act that you people carried out. Because we see it. Oh, I wasn't the one who slaved you. It wasn't me. I wasn't there. I didn't do it. But we see you making the money off of it. We see you making the money off of it. You people, I can't even come up with a word to describe you. But only history will show you. You're not going to win. You cannot win. You've tried everything to eradicate us, to move us off the land, and yet we're still here. So you can keep weaving, tumbling, plotting, carrying out your executive order, putting whoever you want in Congress, in the White House, turn them on us, but we will still be here. Don't matter how much floods come, don't matter how much natural disaster, you will not get rid of us. And I know it's terrible times we're in, living around you people. I see you guys know, co-opt the word, black fatigue, where we used to use that word and say, oh my God, we're tired to be around you scums. It's taking a toll on my mental health. No, you're switching it and saying you're fatigued of us because you had a white woman call a 5-year-old with autism the N-word, and you gave her $1 million. It's not my ancestors. I didn't do it. It's not my ancestors. I wasn't born yet. but yet you're keeping up the tradition. You're doing exactly what they would do. You're doing the same exact thing, but yet you're crying when the bill should always be paid. It's not me. I wasn't there. But yet you gave $1 million to call us the N-word. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that something? Makes you wonder. It really do put a lot of things in perspective about you. But I won't make this video too long. I will not make it too long. Guys, enjoy your day. If you happen to see this video and you make it to this part, just give me a comment down it, like, share and everything. Sometimes I make these videos and I just need y'all support and everything. I know I can be a bit silly at times, but makes you wonder. But I'm just asking for a comment and a like. And if you're that genuine, maybe subscribing. Because surely this channel needs you. Have a good one.